Hello everyone, and welcome to the Good Game Lobby review. Thank you for watching, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to see more indie reviews like this. You can find written reviews on our Substack, and watch clips of the games we play on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all at the handle @GoodGameLobby. Thank you all for your support, it really means the world to me. Now let's move on and start making some music together. Welcome to ODDADA, which is described as an explorative music game. I would take it one step further and call it a roguelite music maker. In this game, you drag and drop objects made available to you and interact with them in each area to create a short musical loop. When the game begins, you're presented with the game title, ODDADA. You have to click each letter, and as you click them, the letters fall to the ground. That's where an instrument is waiting for you to start your first music making session. This is how each loop begins. An instrument waiting with extra pieces falling in front of you from somewhere off screen. You use each letter and place it in the instrument that plays the loop. As you begin, you're introduced to your main companion, a toy train. You have a small toy train as your recorder. When you feel like the loop you've made sounds just right, press the red button on the front of the train and it records the loop. Then it's off to the next loop of the song-making experience. You will now see that the train has another wagon connected to it. This represents the loop you previously recorded. You can press a circular button at the top of the wagon to turn the loop on or off and adjust the volume by sliding it up or down. Each song you create consists of 6 different loops. Once you complete these, you're brought to a section described as the concert. Here, you can record a song using the loops you made, adjusting the volume levels and turning loops off and on at key moments to create a full-length song. When the song is complete, it is pressed into a cassette tape. You can now name the song directly on the cassette and personalize the colors and images displayed upon it. Then, you have the options to store it in a box for safekeeping, purge the cassette from existence, or export it as a 52-second WAV file. These are the basics of ODDADA, a game that provides little hand-holding and encourages exploration. This approach allows you to be as creative as you like. A little more spoiler warnings ahead. The items you unlock include additional settings for your train that adjust the pitch or delay. You can even unlock items that connect to each loop area, adding more layers to the music. This is why I describe it as a roguelite, because you're getting a new experience with each song based on new items you use to upgrade. One of the upgrades is a new area, almost like a toolbox, where you can start a new recording. This new area even gives you 2 starting positions, allowing you to randomize a loop to get a head start on your next song. My favorite unlocked piece is a wheel you spin to release rain on the landscape loop area, and the raindrops play a note as they hit the ground. ODDADA may be music focused, but I think what really makes it special is the design. It feels like IKEA designed a music making game set in the 1960s. Colors are bright and fun. Some of the pieces you interact with to alter the loop's sound are nicely designed houses, boxes, gravestones, ducks, ladybugs, and more. The design of each instrument has a childlike charm, and the attention to detail in the design makes for a visually pleasing setup. Each area's background is a solid bright color, which only changes to nighttime mode when you unlock a wagon for your train that edits the loop's sound. This wagon has 3 different modes: a nighttime mode that turns all the instrument sounds into a more percussive sound, a sunny mode that kind of has a dry sound, and a snowy mode that has a wet sound. If you're on one of the loop areas that has a landscape area with a body of water, land, and a slight mountain, the look will change depending on which loop sound you select. Each time you complete a new song, you're presented with a gashapon style machine. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you turn the knob and a little package jumps into the air. You then press and hold a button to open it. It is visually appealing, and the sound effects provide a little hint of dopamine with each new item you discover. You can unlock new wagons for the train or new ways to manipulate the sound of a loop with each of these items. If you've been following the social media channels for ODDADA, probably seen behind the scenes insights from Mathilde. She has shared recordings of the toys used to create sounds for the toy train in the game, along with samples used throughout the game's clicks, pops, turning dials, flowing landscapes, and more. Here are a couple clips from their socials, but I recommend to just give them a follow. It's a great way to engage with the team and see how they created this beautiful indie title. For me, the highlight was the cassette. The tape player opening, inserting the cassette, closing it, and pressing play gives this 38-ish reviewer a flashback to a simpler time. For example, I used to record new songs off the radio onto a cassette. Times have definitely changed. The sound design follows you throughout the entire experience. Picking up items, placing them, interacting with instruments, or even purging a cassette you didn't like. The attention to detail is unmatched, and Mathilde truly makes this game shine. As I mentioned, each song you record is exactly 52 seconds long. I wonder if this is a specific length that was chosen because it's either the ideal duration before people lose interest, or the perfect length to share on social media. Either way, it's a great foundation for what could influence a full-length song. I say influence a full-length song because though you've created the songs, you still need to follow the Creative Commons license. You may wonder, why can't I use this in a commercial setting? And they explain this with the links you can find when you export songs to your computer. Just to give an example, let me paraphrase their FAQ. If somebody adds a content ID to a song they made within ODDADA or uploads their song to Spotify or YouTube, the algorithm could pick it up and flag the content creator's videos on social media because the songs would sound familiar. Since the game follows a pattern-based approach, some songs will sound the same. Not only does this protect content creators like myself from being issued takedown notices or being demonetized, but it also gives us all, as gamers, the creative freedom to share our songs without risking a copyright strike. I'll provide the links to the ODDADA FAQ and the Creative Commons license if you want to check them out in the description below. I want to give a shout out to all the team members on this game, so please don't judge me on all the name pronunciations. Sven Algrim is the lead programmer and game designer and artist, and Mathilde Hoffman is responsible for sound and music design. They share the credits with Bastian Clausdorff, audio programming, and Annika Curtis, marketing and community management. Annika has done a wonderful job with the marketing because from the moment ODDADA entered my life, I've seen clips, demos, and more spread across the indie gaming scene non-stop. And for good reason. ODDADA is a charming indie game whose main focus, music creation, expands more and more as you unlock new features and settings. To date, including the demo, I've made a total of 28 songs. I've exported them all and put them into a playlist. It's what I've been listening to while writing this review. My only complaint, if you can even call it that, is that each piece you unlock or setting you adjust doesn't have a name tied to it. It's nice in a way because it doesn't complicate things, but I'm a bit savvy in the music making world. Settings like reverb, dry versus wet, tempo, velocity, delay, or even a metronome could be a great way to introduce those who aren't musically inclined to what they're actually manipulating. For instance, there's one loop where you adjust the attack, decay, sustain, and release. They make it really fun and interactive, and it shows how you adjust the sound envelope. As I said, it's not much of a complaint, more of a suggestion. But I completely agree with not including these because it avoids complicating things for newcomers. Just click and move things around gently and you can create a truly beautiful composition. The replayability of ODDADA could be one of the best I've experienced in a while. There's no pressure from timed exclusivity or grinding a battle pass. Just the freedom to return to a random area, ready to make a new song in a matter of minutes, or more. Did spend about 40 minutes, if you believe me, on a single song because I wanted it to be just right. This review copy was provided by Future Friends Video Games on behalf of the ODDADA team. This version of the game had the option to unlock all the items in the game. Now that the review is complete and the game has been released, I'm excited to give it another playthrough to see how each unlock enhances the experience. Is a music-making game something that interests you? Have you tried out ODDADA? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more game reviews and gaming content. Your support means the world to me. And don't forget to ring the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching, and as always, GG.